Mr. Blocky has unfortunately gone back to old me and has become a full-time weed smoker at home.
As you know.
Yeah.
Really?
We can all be so fortunate.
There's
smoking big doinks with the Amish, with the Fortnite.
Yo guys, what's up? I'm Mr. Gorilla Glue now. I'm Mr. Weed. Oh, yo, speaking of which, I had to quit big weed TM.
What? Why?
Wait, really?
Turns out, terribly allergic to the dust and pollen and shit in there. Like,
really?
Terribly.
Like, explain.
No.
So, yeah, I'll take you through the past, like, 2 weeks here because they've been some of the most annoying in my life.
Okay.
And with everything going on in the world, this is a very dumb complaint, but maybe there's someone, dealing with ADHD meds and other shit at the same time.
Off the bat, it does sound like a dumb complaint, but I'm willing to hear you out. I'm just like, imagine you walking into the big weed and just...
Achoo!
Like,
Achoo! I have to go home. I gotta go home.
Can I still get
quit.
paid for today?
Give me all my money.
What if I go home? What if I go home and smoke extra weed? Would
I'll
you
go
get
home and smoke an extra big weed.
Will that prove
What if I spread the word? What if I spread the word about big weed?
Anyway, yeah, I have been trying to get ADHD medication for quite a while.
I have been trying to get ADHD for years. I've been
trying to pick that
pipes.
shit up. I'm a bit of a bug chaser. Been chasing the
snorting
ADHD bug for
asbestos.
years. I finally got it.
I need the bug.
But so I finally get something to try, a second thing, because the other thing gave me a full-on panic attack, and I wigged out.
Yep.
Shocking twist, I have another panic attack inbound. So I start new medication, the new job, and Courtney leaves all on the same week. She's in Ohio.
You shouldn't leave you. She's left the house. She's away.
Yeah, she's away. Courtney left me and she took the kids.
Yeah, she had the big stick with the sack like the ant.
Just wandering.
Walking over the Canadian-Alaska border.
Yeah, on the train tracks.
Yeah,
I'm going back to Ohio.
Alcan.
Yeah.
So that all happens. For context, I didn't used to throw up all the time.
Yeah, Andrew throws up a lot.
It was a relatively new development in about 2018, and it's because I got this wombo combo of effects. My dad, when he was younger, and it stopped when he hit like 30. If he woke up early, he would feel kind of sick. And that happened to me and my sister for a very long time. If we wake up too early, or if we, I guess wake up abnormally early.
Sorry, boss, I can't come in at 9 a.m. My body considers it too early.
Too early. So
I'm going to throw up.
I'm going to throw up.
I have to wake up at 8.
I threw up.
I have to wake up at 10 a.m. today. I'm going to throw up. That's way too early.
Well, no, I mean, legitimately. So with ADHD comes this just ridiculous amount of anxiety. Anytime, I mean, Doplex, you probably felt this. We have two different ADHDs. It seems we're very similar on a lot, but the two you went Mexi mode, full on in the grind,
out of necessity, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, exactly. And then for me, I was in college just like for a lot of that, and then COVID hit. So when I was at college, I didn't have a job for most of the time. I was just at school. I was just doing that. The brief time I did was Papa John's, and that place sucked. It was just a ball of anxiety when you went in there from everything.
You were allergic to the.
I was allergic to the pepperonis, and I had to quit.
Pollen.
You said you used to
I
just
think
eat
the manager there got
uncooked
fired for
dough
calling
balls.
someone an N-word.
Oh,
That was a fun
Both of
tidbit. I
those
saw him
are bad.
later
That's
at
cool.
Subway.
Did you
He was
really?
working at Subway, and he just was like, "Lady, I used to work with this guy." And I was like, "Yep." I didn't tell her that he got fired for saying the N-word.
For saying the N-word, yeah.
That would have been really
like,
funny,
"Hey,
but
boss
he was in
does it."
charge of making my sandwich, and I wasn't going to run that risk.
Yeah.
no, obviously
okay, yeah,
after he's made the
smart
sandwich
play.
and you've got in your
Yeah,
position.
then you can
say,
announce to the
What's he gonna do?
Yeah,
Throw olives
anyway.
at you?
So, the sickness, anxiety combo has basically gave me intense acid reflux. And then anytime I would wake up and any sort of anxiety would hit, it would trigger it. So every day I went into work, I threw up. Before work, every day. Didn't matter what. No food in my stomach, nothing. I'd be like, I'm fine. Like, going to work, I'm fine. I'm delivering pizzas. Before work, I would just throw up nothing, like because I just woke up, so it'd be nothing there.
Man,
so
Bile.
I've dealt with that for the past few years, and I was like, what the fuck is this? So, new job starts, new medication starts.
Yep.
Kiki, our dog, I have to deal with.
Do you
know,
love
just
me?
not. She's being left home by herself for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
Or actually
Which
ever.
always feels
So
bad.
that's a new thing. It does feel bad. Like it doesn't matter how much you're like, she'll be fine. You're still like, man, don't look at me all sad when I gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Don't give me them
chips,
eyes.
I won't swear I'll come back.
I swear I'm coming home.
I wish
They
I
do
could
get used to
find
it
my
after a
dog.
while, though.
The first day I was there, I didn't work upstairs, which is where they do a lot of the harvesting. So that's where a lot of the dust is. I was mostly down in the garden working with
the
just
basement.
defol and just kind of taking off
What
little
is-
leaves from the plants. It's
Oh,
basically
okay.
just the leaves that don't have any bud on them so that they can keep growing taller and the bud gets as much sunlight as possibly can. So that's what I mostly did. And
when
I
you
did
talk.
get, you can kind of see, not really on camera. So I did get a little bit of hives there, and I was like, oh, that's annoying, but I just wear long sleeves, no problem.
Yeah.
What ended up happening, though, is because it's super warm in there, anytime I was in there, obviously, I sweat like a motherfucker. You guys remember that when I was in Texas. It was November, and I was still sweat because it was just, my body runs
We did
hot.
that. We never
Yeah.
released it, but we did that jackass stunt where we had you like in a full plastic suit, and then we made you run on Doplex's treadmill, and then we had to like sniff the run off.
We put like a we put like a S&M like latex mask with a tube in your mouth. Yeah.
That's why James had to go to the hospital at 2 a.m. that one time.
Yeah.
He got up in the night thirsty, and he picked up the first glass he saw, and it was Andrew's ass sweat.
Look.
What was I saying?
Your
Actually,
hives?
I can show Courtney zoom in
Warm
a little bit.
hives.
You can kind of see
No way.
a little bit of a rash here.
Damn, you're fucked.
What is
And
that?
That's just from barely
Battle
itching
scars.
myself. And
You've
it's
got
because the
necrosis.
pollen and the other stuff on the gloves that would stick to it, anything that got rubbed into my skin even slightly just gave me a rash. So I didn't really realize that. And then, let me think, day 3, I think, it was last Monday. I went in, I worked upstairs for a little bit, and then did stuff downstairs. Came home and my lungs were like, I sound like Darth Vader. And I
Yeah.
was like, this didn't happen the first day. What's up?
Now,
I don't feel great.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I'm raising my hand.
Go ahead.
So-
you in the back.
So like if you're surrounded by the weed and like the pollen that it farts out, like you're allergic to, but like when you smoke the weed, how come you don't get the rash, the hive, and the cough?
So, that's a wonderful question. No clue.
Thank you.
The only
guess-
thing I can think of is that it's just a completely different substance by the time it gets packed in there. That's literally all I can think of. Because
I guess also like
again,
having the smoke of it is a bit different to like having it, because like any pollen that would probably get obliterated in seconds of being set on fire, right?
yeah, I'm not
That's-
inhaling the pollen.
And it's also probably
Right.
such a small amount in like a joint that it's like even if there was a reaction, it was probably super minor. But being in a room full of it is a little bit more
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
did you like?
well, I would also like to say, just because the setup I gave made it sound like I was going to be like, my anxiety was too bad, so I left the job because I had the sniffles and a tummy ache. I loved this
I
job
threw up.
because my boss, super cool. Jared,
Yeah.
the other guy I met, super cool. Like, I got to listen to music and just pick at plants, and like, I could listen to a podcast. Like, I didn't have to talk to anyone.
That does sound very fun.
It
sounds
was
lovely.
so nice. Like, easy top 5 job for me if this hadn't happened. So I'm like pissed about all of this. Anyway,
Is this
I
something
get
that you
home.
can do like an antihistamine and forget about it, kind of,
I don't
sort of vibe? Like could you have
know,
put on like
because-
some latex gloves and a little COVID mask and just gone
Well,
in
so
there?
that's the thing. I wear latex gloves
Oh.
when I'm picking it because your hands would just get incredibly gummed up and sticky
Yeah.
from that.
You should have put
sticky
on
leak.
like a Sandy Cheeks outfit. You know what I mean? Like the big bubble
Yeah,
helmet.
yeah,
and
the big
like-
like the H
yeah,
the
yeah.
that would have been sick. Anyway, so I get back home. I shower, but I still feel like dog shit in the morning, and then I throw up again. And the new meds decided to kick in just at that point.
Andrew's iconic throw up.
My iconic fucking... There it
Your
is.
iconic.
Yeah, my iconic Taco Bell bong. For whatever reason, the combination of the new symptoms of my chest just like going like that, throwing up again, which I thought I was getting over because I hadn't done it the last time I went into work.
Yeah.
And the new meds all kicked in at the exact same time, and I had an hour-long panic attack.
Whoa,
Just
that sucks.
Hyperventilate. Dude, I was on the toilet, shitty ass, just hyperventilating, puke in
fetal
the garbage
position.
can in front of me.
Courtney, why peas?
Dude, it was fucked up.
Courtney,
Why peas?
Well, and
then
here's
she's in
the
Ohio.
tragic part.
Wipies.
She's not there, dude. She's not there to
Oh,
give me
she's-
fucking wipies.
She can't do
I was
Can't give you
alone.
wipies.
It was awful. I mean, it was genuinely not
Were you
fun
white
at all.
I'm so sorry.
Don't ever put a finger up inside me.
Just Andrew spreading his ass for his dog to lick it.
Oh,
This
ew.
isn't a sexual thing, but it's all I've got.
It's
But it
not a
does feel
sexual
kinda
thing, man. I'm
nice.
just kind of like the good guy. I'm like the good friend.
I'm
I'm,
just
the
the
good
best
uncle. I'm
dad
the fun
ever.
uncle now. Go ahead, dog.
dad
Go ahead
fucking-
and lick my asshole.
My dog fucking loves me.
My
I
dog-
sit in fetal position. I ask for white bees. My dog comes in.
I ring the white bees bell. He comes in there and lick my asshole, my bunghole.
He
He
knows
licks
the
on my
white bees
balls.
bell.
And sometimes the shit get up on my balls and he licked that too.
It feels kind of
It
nice.
feels kind of nice.
I call it white bees and lickies.
Anyway, so that happens. I'm not going into work that day. I was like, fuck this. My meds fucked me over here. And I thought that's what mostly it was, because the last time I tried ADHD medication, it wigged my brain out and I thought I was dying. So I was like, yo, I'm trying new medication. I'm going to be out here for a little bit. I'm getting like flu-like symptoms here. I was sick for 2 days afterwards every day. Like, even if I slept in, I would wake up
Damn.
sick, throw up, and you have to wait
Have you
forever
gone
to
to
eat.
a doctor for this? Like, is this something that can be
Have you gone to the
diagnosed?
DMV?
You know what I mean?
I've been to the
You gone
DMV
to
a
the-
couple of times, and they haven't fixed it for me, which is kind of fucked up. I have a bonus story about the owner of this place,
Okay.
which got wild.
It's a big marijuana
okay.
leaf with like a suit and
Yeah, he's
sunglasses.
just one big marijuana. He's
Yeah,
like,
big hands.
hey, I'm the weed man.
Mr. Weed. Mr. Weed.
Is it a full three-piece
What's
suit?
wrong, Andrew?
Hey man, we gonna make some bud today.
Have some of this. It'll make you feel better.
Gives him a pipe full of straight weed pollen.
Jared, give me a slick beat. Well, I'm working at the weed. We work factory.
Fucking him.
He's got a full three-piece suit that's just covered in prints of weed leaves. Also, it's
That's awesome.
yeah. Yeah, no, I like this guy. I like this character. I'm picturing
he's
like
awesome.
the
Character's
fucking,
cool.
what's the dice guy from Cuphead?
Oh, the yeah.
Dice.
Yeah. I was thinking more of like the like from South Park, like the giant sandwich, you know, where he's just like an anthropomorphic
Oh,
like
yeah.
object with hands and legs.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just one, his head
sure.
is one big weed leaf.
Yeah.
Can someone give us some fan art of Weed Boss? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, show us Big Weed Boss.
I like it.
Show us Big Weed Boss. So I worked upstairs for like 4 hours and then finished the day doing default.
Okay.
Get home, lungs are doing the same shit again. My face, like from here up, is puffy and red. Just from the dust and pollen like sticking to it because I was sweating, because it's like 72 degrees and mad humid in the in the garden.
Garden. I
My
like they call it a
legs.
garden. That's cute.
It is cute. It's
Yeah.
the guy right above me, awesome dude. He would always talk like, dude, don't worry about it. Anytime you're missing is just time missed in the garden. It's all good. We've got it covered, man.
Also, do you want to
Funny
see
guy.
my
I like
car? I managed to
That's
modify it to run entirely on weed smoke that you blow from the driver's seat.
And it's really
I call it my
straight piped it, so
Subaru.
it's really strong. Yeah, anyway, so I got back home, I did some research, and I mean, even my boss told me, like, the hives and itching will generally either go away or just get worse the longer you're exposed to it. And by day 4, it was pretty, I mean, I'm still coughing up, like, chunky shit from just
Chunky
that one
weed
day.
nuggets.
So, yeah, I'm on the job hunt again. It's very fun and exciting. I'm very annoyed because I liked working with Jared again, just chatting with him, because... I mean, I got to, you know, those big lift things that you see in, like, Costco where it takes people up and they can restock shit. We had racks on racks of weed, so we'd be way up in the top just, like, picking weed and chatting and shit. It was fun.
That sounds really chill, especially, like, working with a buddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
No, it was awesome.
I've worked jobs with friends before, and it makes the job so much better. It's like, you know, you can goof off.
You can work any piece of shit job if you got your boys with you.
You really can. Yeah,
No,
like,
exactly.
I'm
so pissed.
I had 2 of my friends work with me at the sex store, and that was a good time. It's just, you know.
Dude, having 2 boys with you at the we'd stick things in each other's asses. It was awesome.
Yeah. No, we would beat each other up with fucking, like, dildos and shit. It was pretty fun.
That's awesome. Just a bunch of little Twinkie guys with bruises all over them in a sex shop. And we're like, we swear we're not into any of that gay stuff where we beat each other. We're just beating each other with dildos.
We're just beating each other up with the dildos. It doesn't go in our butts.
It's not anything weird.
It's not gay.
It's not weird.
Very gay looking.
No, it's not very gay looking. It's not.
Very gay looking.
Anyway, about the boss lady.
Wait.
The lady.
Yeah.
She's from Mexico.
Real quick question.
Okay.
I've got another question before you get into that about your hives and etc. Could you not just wear like a big fuck off like N95 mask or some shit while working there?
Yeah, I mean, there's like I can wear a mask. I could, and that would probably help with like the lung thing. The issue is there's so much. What did you say? I'm sorry. I feel like I missed a joke.
I said like a cool Batman mask. Just like
that'd be awesome. Just the Bane mask.
But still your mouth exposed like Batman, so it doesn't do anything.
It's just Batman.
I merely adopted the big weed. I was born in it.
I inhaled it.
I inhaled it. I moved it.
As you come into work with a Batman mask that doesn't cover his nose or mouth, being like, yeah, I need to wear mouth for medical reasons.
It's in my lungs.
I need this for medical reasons.
I'm wearing a mask.
Where is the weed?
So, my last day, I was up there doing some, I think it's like pre-harvest. Basically, you're just taking these dried plants and you just take all the bud off and it goes into this big bin and then it gets sorted later, I think.
Like a big weed corn dog.
Yeah, basically. And so the guy I was going to work with when we were talking to the dude right above us, like our initial boss, he was saying that he did
the big weed.
The big weed, yeah. Well, not the big weed, the middle weed.
Oh.
He's the mid weed.
He's the sprout.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So he's saying that his thumb really hurt from doing it for so long. I'm gonna be honest, my thumb did not hurt after doing it for 4 hours. Obviously, I didn't do it for the full 8, but it didn't even like sort. Like he said, his thumb was like peeling from the nail. So I think he was just. I think his form was not great. I think that.
Yeah, I think he had bad form.
That sounds bad.
Just a lack of form. Anyway, so we come in there. We're getting ready. We're cleaning up. We're getting ready to start. Boss lady comes in. This is the first time I've ever met her.
Yeah.
She comes in. She's Mexican.
The Duchess of Weed.
She says, "Good morning, motherfuckers."
Whoa.
We start getting ready to go.
Mota.
Within 5 minutes, he has changed his latex gloves like 3 times. And she says, "What are you doing? You don't need to do that." And he's like, "They're tearing. My hands hurt." Yeah, they get into this little exchange. He's like, "I don't know what to tell you."
They get in a fist fight.
They're getting and she goes, "Then you don't want to do this. You just go home." She sends him home. It's just me and her for basically the entire 4 hours.
Hola, soy
I'm
Reina
not
Mota.
Princess Peach. I'm Princess Weed.
I'm Princess Weed.
Beach.
Reina Mota.
Yeah. So anyway, we're doing stuff. I'm not going to go into everything she said, but throughout the entire 4 hours I worked with her, anybody else that came in, she would talk to them about the interaction, and she called him Princess Hands the entire time.
Damn.
Just dogging his ass out for 4 hours straight.
So you couldn't tell her like, I woke up early. I feel sick.
Well, no. That wasn't it at all. I was perfect. I was just kind of listening to her, being like, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
yep,
that guy's a real bitch, if you ask me.
And then she tells me that the store, one of the retail stores, got busted into, and like 70 grand in damages and things stolen happened.
Jesus.
God damn.
The guy who did it was black, and this is where things got a little weird.
Oh no.
Because she starts going in, just like mumbling to herself, mumbling to me. She's talking about like, I get there and like, did you call the police? And they're like, no, we didn't call the police. Apparently the security guard was a large black woman.
Hey, yo, cuz, what's this?
She just really laid into even more about being dumb. And the fact she's like, she didn't chase him. She's too big. Like, she couldn't go chase him. Like, if I had been there, I would have, no problem. Like, I would have got him. So she's rattling on about how dumb the workers there were, specifically the black ones. And at this point, she decides to hit me with the line, I'm saying, like, it's not a good thing, but like, I understand why they were slaves.
Oh my God. What the fuck?
She's just like, it's like, no, I don't think it's good, but like, they're just like, they don't think. They don't think she's doing their docile thing, which is some 1850s shit.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there.
They prefer it.
I'm not saying anything because there's cameras in every room, and I'm not about to be like, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. I couldn't agree more with you.
So my family had a plantation
many years ago. I'm sitting there just silently shucking my weed, just being like, oh my God.
Please don't ask me what I think.
You're beating your meat.
Yeah, please, please keep rambling on to yourself. Just, don't ask me what I think. And then she kind of closes it out with...
She actually won me over in the final argument.
Yeah, in the final stretch of the debate, she really made some good points. Kind of won me over. I wasn't expecting that, so... Bring slavery back. No, she closes her argument out with... something to the effect of, I miss the days when you could just get a tree and a rope.
Are you serious?
Right.
Yeah. And she was like, some people say, like, do you sound racist? I'm like, no, I sound mad. I'm like, well, you can be both. You're very much allowed to be both.
Yeah, one is a symptom of the other. Wait, but like, is she American?
She's Mexican.
Right, but she's
from
like,
Jalisco.
So what? Why is she so fucking staunchly racist?
She saw Andrew and she was like, I need to ingratiate myself.
I gotta.
With this
I will say she was a very white passing Mexican.
Oh,
she got. I think she got a big dose of the conquistador blood.
Right. Yeah. So is the accent you're doing, is that for show, or does she actually sound like that, or was she more like,
she did have an
I miss
accent.
the days?
No, she legit had like a Hispanic accent.
Right. That is insane. I mean,
what's the racism rates amongst Mexicans like Doplex?
Well, I was going to say, like, I feel like it varies heavily on the region. Like, I'm not going to say Mexicans aren't racist, because there are a lot of, like, hardcore racist Mexicans. That's a fact.
Yeah, racism goes everywhere. Every country in the world saw a black person and went,
I don't like
for
that.
whatever reason. Every
like
single
that.
one of them looked and went, I don't like that.
Yeah, but it's kind of been like, at least like for me growing up, there's Mexicans who didn't like black people, but then like black people don't like Mexicans. It's a weird dichotomy.
It's a
I'm not going to
lack
dissect
of respect.
Yeah, like I don't get it, because I'm not part of that. But
that's part of the elite's plan, man. They're putting you against each other.
They're
so you
dividing
can't rise
us, bro.
up.
They're keeping us at each other's throats.
Big Ireland
woke,
is keeping you. Yeah.
That's why I've been having so many racist dreams lately. It's Big Dream getting in my head, telling me to serve my purpose.
Oh,
That is fucking crazy though. Like I just the unabashed is that a word? Am I saying that correctly?
You got it.
Okay.
You got it,
just like
dude.
the unabashedly racist comments. It's just like the one white guy who's in there. Like it's just, to me it reads like, oh, he'll get this.
Yeah.
This one's for him. You'll like this
is one of the good
Andrew.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the good
I mean,
ones.
weird to do to like anyone is just assume. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
Because I mean, we've all been in
Again.
situations like that where it's like someone will just start
Yeah.
hitting you with like, oh, well, they're letting gay people get married now, and you're like, what do you want from me, man?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not going to deny that this look is not necessary, is one that someone would look at and be like, I can probably confide in this person my most inner
Yeah.
racism.
Yeah. Not saying,
looks like-
Yeah,
But-
Andrew does have the Aryan Brotherhood look.
Does have the
That's-
racist phenotype.
I could easily, I
He
could
does have the
show
racist
up
phenotype.
and people would be like, yeah, he's probably.
Yeah, I
alright."
could
The
see
shaved
that.
head is not
It's
helping
only
your
when
cause.
you talk to me
Absolutely
that
not.
I know, but I can't stand having long hair.
I don't-
so
no,
much.
Just
you
grow
look
it out a
good.
little bit.
It looks
Just
really good on you, but it does
looks good
also-
on you. Yeah, it does. It does.
I'm trying to
pay
bring
homage
change
to your.
the look. I'm trying to make people
You're trying to
learn
take it
that
back.
you can't judge a book by its damn cover.
Yeah.
Anyway.
you can't judge a cracker by its wrapper.
Exactly. Eminem.
Thanks, I made that up on the spot.
Yeah, it does.
Dude, that's freaking sick. What the
That's
fuck?
crazy. You
You made that up
made that up on
yourself
the
now?
spot. What the fuck?
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
you know.
I'm
You're
gonna
right,
smoke some
Bryson.
big
Unfold
weed
them.
to that.
Yeah. Just Keenan Thompson saying that.
Yeah, if you see it in like 3 weeks, you'll know that the SNL has
know they
someone
stole
on
it.
staff listening.
Yeah,
to
they
me.
saw this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so okay. The racist Mexican
Right.
Princesa Mota, did she, like, after she said that, were you like, that's it? And then you like,
I
walked out.
quit
No.
on grounds of
No,
racism.
you know what's funny? I was
Racism.
thinking about it. I was thinking about just being like, I ain't really fuck with the way you're talking right now, and leaving and just making that
Yeah.
the reason so that I could tell
Right.
about beef and be like, pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But frankly, I need money. And I can't
I'm
really
willing-
control who owns what business at this point.
I understand
So
that.
like, sometimes you just gotta. Luckily, I was allergic, so I could
Yeah.
just
That
and
was
kind of have
pointed out.
a double reason to be like,
Racism I can look past.
I
Pollen,
can excuse
that's where I draw the
racism.
line.
I draw the line at sniffies.
As soon as it affects me, I'm out.
I'm out. Yeah, no.
No, I
it's-
feel you though. It's all you
Yeah.
can fucking do. You find me a company that doesn't have. Okay, well, openly saying I wish we could still lynch them is pretty bad.
That is,
But if you are
I'd say
looking-
that's probably the worst thing.
That's
That's
about the
one
worst
of the
you could
craziest
say.
things I've heard.
Yeah.
Honestly, like the slaves thing made my eyebrows kind of go like. But hitting the full on, I wish I could lynch a motherfucker. Made my like they came
Yeah.
up above. They were doing like the cartoon above my head. It was up
Right.
there.
Yeah, because like I don't even think a lot of white people are that racist. Like that is like some next level. Yeah.
I don't know how to say this without sounding racist, but it's like it's immigrant racism.
Yeah,
It's like legal
Yeah.
immigrant racism. It's old world racism, sort of, where it's like
Sure, yeah.
they think they're coming to America and they're just like, well, these guys all are racist as shit. So like,
Which
I'm welcome to the party.
yeah. Well, isn't that was like a big thing with like Trump got voted by a huge Latino population, right? And it was because there is this like weird like between legal Mexicans and illegal Mexicans, there's this kind of like almost
I think-
racism.
And conservative ass Cubans who
yeah.
went
I think
Cuba
it's
because
just
the rich people were getting fucked up by Castro.
yeah. I don't know really much about that. I always kind of figured it was just like the Mexicans who did come in here, like, by filing paperwork, are mad that like they could have just not filed paperwork
Yeah,
and made it
yeah.
in just fine.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know
which
if
is
it-
fair, and it is like I have heard a similar example. Like apparently a lot of people in India fucking hate scam callers because obviously it like misrepresents
Oh,
them,
they
and then
give them-
that's
yeah.
like you get known as the do not redeem guys instead of like
Right.
this,
Yeah.
very rich
Right.
beautiful culture. And I'm sure it's the same like the Mexican immigrants who are like, what the fuck, these MS-13 gang members that have MS-13 tattooed and Times New Roman on their knuckles. unfortunately, are coming in and setting a bad precedent for me, who just wants to,
Yeah.
sell.
Yeah, even though
Absolutely.
there's been like 2 guys that have actually. But what was I gonna say?
Yours, how you agreed with their points, and you guys went to a coffee shop after, and
Oh
you
yeah,
guys
no,
shared
I
like
cheers and we
together?
shared a big
Yeah.
doink. Dude, she got a phone call from somebody, and I'm pretty sure it's someone that worked there or something. But she was on. But he said something to the effect of, "I'm going to chase you around a table." And then she
the
was talking
fuck?
to like 2 of the other guys about how she just has to deal with people making sexual advances towards her as a woman. I was like, what the
Interesting.
fuck have I
What
gotten
a
myself into? What is going on here?
where am I working?
Where
Isn't
am
this
I
funny?
working?
That's the sort of like nonsense you'd expect from like new hires, but it is insane how ridiculous the higher ups are in all these companies, right? Like they're all like
Yeah.
they're all
Wild.
weird, fucking insane people like that who just, I guess, got in at the right time or just know the
Yeah,
right people.
no, absolutely. Yeah, it's still crazy.
Also, how do you?
I had
thought about
never
this-
met her before.
I thought the same thing
She
about that
locked
guy
eyes
who,
with me and was like, "Am I right?"
I will say, like, just panic attacks and anxiety attacks in general, like, that shit fucking sucks, dude. And
They
like,
suck so bad.
yeah,
It's
like, I
so
will say,
embarrassing. It's the
Yeah, like, I
most
don't-
embarrassing thing in the world to have like an ADHD anxiety thing. Because
Yeah.
I mean, dude, just bringing it up, I saw the smirks and I knew the smirks were coming. We are kind of trying. We're trying to get
Farmers.
some bum 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 bum, and we're trying to give this show a little pushki here.
Go on. We want to be
We're trying to give it a lift. So we're trying to do more. I'm going back through. I'm getting some clips from the guys. If you're in the Discord, post some of your favorite clips in the fucking, I think, out of context BeefBoys or whatever.
basically, we're asking you to do our job for us.
Yeah, well, we
Yeah.
want to do more YouTube shorts, and the best way to do that is not one of us being like,
I think this was funny.
you
what I
guys are
said
pretty
there
good
was
judges
funny.
of what's
What do
funny.
you
So
like?
use that YouTube clip thing, and we're just gonna go through there occasionally and just make some more shorts. We're trying to get this show off the damn ground. We have
Yeah,
I
such
did
been
see we're
a
on
loyal, supportive group.
6,666
Yeah,
subscribers.
we're over
over there. I thought that was
7,000. We're approaching like 8K over all platforms. Anyway, use the clips feature. I see people do it with the table reads a lot, and just going back through those clips is really fucking funny.
Yeah.
And even if you can't be bothered
also-
doing that, just put a link with a timestamp in the Discord.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, this part was really good. This is one of my
Yeah.
favorite bits. Just that's
That would
fine
be
too.
really cool.
Yeah, and
that'd be
also,
really epic.
too, because we haven't mentioned it in a while, but we do have a whole nother show. It's called BeefBoys Leftovers. food play on words.
Leftovers is the bonus episode that we record every week. That means every week.
Every
you're
week.
getting a 20 to 30 minutes of extra beef where we talk.
And some of
very
them are
casually because
better
only-
than these episodes.
Well, yeah, because we're talking to an audience of like 40 people, so we feel much more comfortable just being like,
Exactly.
yeah, let's top 10 slurs, number 10.
Number
Number
one.
10.
Yeah, just,
Whatever
all-
Andrew's boss said.
just 9, 10 through 1 is all just censored. None of it makes it.
Yeah.
No, we don't say slurs anyway. That's a joke. But we do have some very interesting conversations. So if you want to see that, go to
Patreon.com/BeefBoys. Only $5 a month. We don't have any other tiers. Just $5 a month.
And if you
$5.
can't, if I feel the economy fucking sucks,
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying the clips thing as well. Let a friend know about it. Tell someone like, yo,
Yes.
you heard of? Have you heard of?
rent a billboard in
BeefBoys?
Dayton, Ohio.
You heard of
Yeah,
BeefBoys.
try and seriously in conversation bring up the Beef Boys podcast.
And if you're a graffiti child, and I don't agree with your lifestyle, obviously,
Start
but
tagging
if you
us.
need,
Yeah,
if
start-
you need
start-
suggestions for tagging,
Tag
why
us
not our
everywhere,
full-
but not online.
What about the URL, including HTTPS of your favorite Beef Boys episode
Yeah.
and timestamp?
With the numbers, the full URL, not shortened.
Weedforkids.com, which we do have links
weedforkids.com.
to our shop now. Shout out
head
Clef
over to
again.
Weed for Kids, weed4kids.com. Actually, any variant of weedforkids.com, you could
bunch
probably.
of the variants.
We need to get stickers made that we can slap on the back of like road signs and shit that just say "Weed for Kids," and then make it look like it's a legitimate like charity thing, and then all these like angry people be like, "What the fuck?" and go on it and just take
fuck is
hell is
BeefBoys?
Weed for Kids?
That's actually a good idea.
That's all.
Let's do
Yeah,
that.
can we
I know.
please? Start
That's
putting
a really
Weed for
good
Kids
idea.
places, everybody.
Yeah.
I want to see if we can make Fox News. My mind makes my body take
My
a
brain don't
screenshot
work.
and my stomach
My
do
brain
flips.
make me throw up. Yeah,
Like,
but
what the
I will
fuck?
say, like, and this isn't like, look, okay.
Here we
I just want everybody who's listening right now just to understand this. I get not everybody can do this, but
You gotta pull
I'm
yourself
just
up by
saying.
your damn bootstraps.
literally, I'm just saying, since I've been exercising and eating right, I have had zero anxiety. Like,
It
the
does
first
help
time
a
in my
lot.
life. Like, it pretty much completely eradicated it for the most part.
The
'Cause I
thing
feel like
that sucks. I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
completely interrupted you.
No,
there.
no, you're good,
Continue
you're
on.
good.
I was just gonna say the thing that sucks. Everything that makes it better is antithetical to how your brain operates.
Sure.
It's because, especially for me, like I've been fighting going to the gym for like a decade at this point, you know, like for fucking ever. And it's one of those things where it's like, once I'm there, I like the gym. I like working out. I like how I feel if I've been working out. But getting myself to go there,
That is the hardest part.
it's
That is the
this
hardest part.
massive hump.
Yeah,
It
but I will say,
sucks dick.
I will say though, like it's and kudos, you could probably attest to this. Like when Sabrina and I first started, it was really hard for I'd say like at least like a month. But now it's just it's such routine where like you don't even think about it. It's just like my alarm goes off at 4 a.m. and I'm just like, all right, yeah. It's just like you kind of trick yourself into it. You know what I mean?
Analyze. Telling the ADHD guy to analyze. Like, I think I probably also have ADHD, and I've had to fucking analyze myself all the time, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But you got to look at like sit down and think like, okay, what's stopping me from going to the gym? Like, because it can honestly be the smallest, stupidest things that stop you from going. Where it's like, oh man, I still don't have a good podcast to listen to. I get bored. Find a good podcast. Emily's put me onto last podcast on the left, and now like I'm excited to. It's like a true crimey kind of thing. I only listen to that while I'm at the gym or if I'm walking to the office. So it's like there's a podcast I only listen to when I'm like improving myself. So it's like my reward kind of, you know. And I'm like, they do these big like 5-part series on. That's how I knew all that shit about Mormonism we were talking about before. So it's like, damn, if I can fucking, I get to listen to my shows. And then also I just have to work out, whatever.
Yeah.
Or if you don't like,
the
other thing I struggled with was like a routine, like getting a routine I really enjoyed. Once I found this app that I use, which just tells me what to do, it's like that takes out the whole decision fatigue of like, oh fuck, what am I doing today?
You don't have to think about it.
I just literally open the app,
Yeah.
like get these weights, do this, cool, done, easy. Like just if you sit back, look at everything that you've ever thought about and it's made you not want to go, and do everything in your power to like eliminate those like hurdles or whatever, it makes it so much easier to not have an excuse. And then like Doplex says, once you do that for a month, it's your routine. You're just like, this is just what I'm doing now.
You don't think twice about it. And also too, like I know for me the biggest thing was always like, oh, I don't have time because I work so much. I mean, I work. That's all I do. All I do is work. And it fucking sucks. And then I noticed like my daily routine was like, okay, I get up at like, I don't know, fucking noon or whatever. And then I would go work for 8 hours, and then I'd stop working, and then I would go play a video game until like 3 a.m. And then it was just like rinse and repeat. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm like, if I just went to bed at a reasonable time and got up butt fuck early, I would have so much more day. Just like trying that out, I'm like, this is fucking awesome, dude. Like I'm up at 4 a.m. I'm awake. I'm drinking my pre-workout. I'm going to the gym. I'm getting back home at like 6 or 7, and then like I have like a few hours to chill, and then I can work, and then I have time after that, and then I can go to sleep. And like it just when you kind of like squeeze in like a good routine like that, you just realize how much happier it makes you, because you feel like you have more of like a productive day, I guess. And also like exercising too. Just you feel good for the rest of the day, I guess. And it's just like
100%.
try that for a month and then you're like you're on track, baby.
What I found, and exactly what you said, Doplex, is I was always really bad at being like, oh, I could go to the gym, but by the time you go, it's like an hour, and then you have to have a shower, and then you have to fucking get back into the zone. So it's like you're essentially losing 2 hours of productivity, assuming you go like during work hours.
Right.
But like, so I would often like not go to the gym because I'm like, no, I'm going to work instead. I'm going to be, so you feel like you're being productive, you feel like you're being good. But you're doing like 2 hours of like probably kind of shitty, unfocused work.
Yeah.
Whereas if you
you're scrolling Twitter or
exactly, just fucking around like doing one thing and getting I'm not saying that doesn't happen anyway, even if I do go to the gym, but it's like
right.
Fuck it, who gives a shit? Yeah, I'm not starting work until 11 a.m. a couple days a week, but it's like I go to the gym in the morning and then that puts me in such a good mindset for the rest of the day that I'm like doing 6 or 7 hours of like really focused, like locked in work, which is very difficult for me to do often.
Right.
So if that's ever been your excuse as well, where it's like, no, I can't go, I've got too much else on, I need to do this, just do it. It's gonna make the work you do better, and that alone is like, and
you feel like you'll have more time to do that as well, like with more daylight, you know what I mean? It's just like it's weird because I did always think that too, like, man, I'm not gonna have time if I wake up and I go to the gym, then I'm gonna only have like 2 hours to work. But it's like, you can squeeze it in, you kind of figure out a new schedule. Yeah
Exactly. But if I could sum that up, I'd say
if we're
motivating you
in a nutshell. But no, I get you, man. It is hard to fucking get out of that little slumperino. But you'll get there. I mean, the fact that
you'll get there.
Look at the upside of not having a job is you've now got all the free time in the world to work out.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking to you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so did you finish your story? You just fucking.
That was basically it. I went into work, had a really racist experience with my boss, left, and realized I'm highly allergic to my workplace, and was like,
that
sick.
sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. I'm sorry.
Imagine working at like the Bees Shellfish Peanut Emporium.
And you're allergic to every single one.
You're allergic to all of them. There's got to be one
stung
guy
by a peanut butter covered bumblebee.
There's got to be one guy who's allergic to peanuts who works at a peanut factory. Like there's just got to be, right?
No, there is not.
I don't think so. That's
you would die like the legit
the parking lot. You'd get a upward wind and just. My guts are like that with peanuts. It's crazy how scary that
Sweet
shit
baby
is.
Silas in the Colin's office is allergic.
Oh, that's
to peanuts.
right.
We can't have peanuts anywhere in the office.
That's crazy, dude.
You can't. So imagine like it's saturating the air with peanut dust. Like he would die.
Yeah. That's so crazy.
Oh. We've got a three-way impasse. Who's got the most interesting point? I don't. I can tell you that.
My cousin.
Okay.
That's
interesting. I'd like to know about your cousin.
Yeah,
I'd like to know about your cousin.
Just the thought of having to my cousin.
My cousin.
Versus my uncle.
My cousin.
Andrew's cousin
has to go everywhere with an EpiPen, and the thought of traveling everywhere in life with an EpiPen, and it's not even something that's gonna save you. It's just there to get you a long enough time for the ambulance to take care of you.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
That is
sucks.
fucking nuts.
And it could be that because someone threw a peanut at you.
Yeah.
You remember that guy?
That is crazy.
The guy who fucking died on a golf course a couple of weeks ago because he like swallowed a bee. He was like some businessman or something.
Swallowed a bee?
He was like 50, 70 years old and a bee fell into a bee flew into his mouth and he swallowed it by accident. I guess it stuck his throat and he suffocated. Imagine that 57 years on this earth doing all this shit and then just you get no-scoped by a bee.
Jerry
fucking
Seinfeld.
bee fighter just flies down your esophagus.
Suicide bee fighter sending his message to the West.
Yeah. It just like goes in his fucking throat. Dude, I've gotten stung by a bee in my eyeball before. That fucking sucked. Yeah, I remember.
Really?
You start seeing in honeycomb instead of.
Yeah, I just like, saw his little fucking stinger, his little asshole in my eyeball, and he was looking directly at me. No, I was riding my bike downhill, and I don't know, I was maybe like 8 or 9 or something, and like I was going downhill really fucking fast on my BMX, and it was like there's like a bunch of trees to my left, and a bee. I was Dave Mira, and a bee fucking flew out of the bush at the perfect time and just like went right into my eye and stung my eyeball.
You got waylaid by a rogue bee. That's great. You got jumped.
You got jumped by bee bandits.
Yeah, and I remember I had to fucking like ride home because I was with my friend, and we like rode super fast to his house, and his mom had to like pull the stinger out of my eye, and like my shit was just like swelled up. I still think about the pain because it was such like an interesting pain. It was just like, it felt like a very deep, like almost like a sour pain. Very hard to explain.
It's one of those, it's like when, if you ever like hurt like your belly button or areas, or even just like fingered your belly button, it like, you can feel something in your guts where you shouldn't.
It's like an intangible pain. Yeah. It's
I feel it in like if I get it right, if I can almost feel it like it feels like it's the tip of my penis almost.
No, yeah. I swear we've had this conversation before.
Because
like
I can feel it in the gut,
Courtney,
sort of, but there's the phantom pain in the tip of my penis when I
it's phantom cock pain.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I've asked Sabrina about this before too.
About her phantom cock pain?
Phantom cock pain.
Sabrina, do you get phantom cock pain? Because phantom limb syndrome is where if people who have lost limbs still like
they still like feel like they can control it, and they feel like
or they still feel like they might. I think it's stuff like they'll be near a hot stove and they'll be like, oh shit, my arm's on the stove, and they're like, oh wait, I don't have a fucking arm anymore.
I don't have an arm.
Yeah. So Sabrina has that with a penis, you said.
No, I was asking her if women get that phantom cock pain when poking their belly button. Yeah, like phantom pussy syndrome. I do.
Well, they
wonder,
actually have they've got a whole thing in their tummies that they put like I think babies.
That is true.
Or something. So they probably
the babies get inserted. Yeah, they download babies.
Is it fucked up to add trans women? Do you guys like post-op?
I was just about to ask that.
Is it fucked? Do you get like phantom
boners?
Like kicked in the nuts?
Yeah.
I want my dick.
You're like,
I'm transitioning,
wait
but I'm
minute.
keeping the nuts.
I'm keeping the nuts.
Dark, I'm keeping the nuts.
Keeping the nuts. You can have the cock. I want my nuts.
I want the jewels.
I want the jewels.
Dark, I'm keeping the nuts. And
honestly, like if that were to happen,
dickless body to get them.
If that were to happen, it'd be a full circle moment for me. Because growing up, I always thought women did have just the nuts. I thought that was
right.
I thought everybody just had balls. Like like
why wouldn't
I knew obviously
like myself.
Like I knew men had penis and balls, but I thought women just had no penis but balls. Balls, no penis.
Balls,
comma,
no penis.
Butt, comma, balls.
Holy shit.
It's so funny.
Yo, we got the ball, no penis.
The ball, no penis.
The idea of an incel is so funny because it's essentially what you just described, except they're like 25.
Oh, what, ball, no penis?
Well,
Yeah,
just
ball,
like
no
guys who are like, I know girls don't have the balls, but I've never seen a real one to confirm.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like it's just people who are like making wild guesses based on how they think.
That's assuming they haven't
works.
Access.
Yeah, like can you imagine? Right. Yeah.
But
well,
even
like,
still,
can you imagine
you can't.
This is I believe in pussy propaganda. That shit's fake. It's balls under there.
They got balls in a glass dome around their fucking mouth.
You let me under the hood, and I'll show you a pair of balls. I tell you what.
I mean, how many you say that? But how many guys still don't know where ladies piss from, and also whether or not
that is true.
Squirt is pee? No one knows.
Right.
We'll never
that's true.
know.
You know, I think it's funny because I didn't learn where girls pee from until like not that long ago.
Until last week.
Until last week. Well, because growing up, I just figured like pee fell out of the hole. You know what I mean? It was just like a.
But out of the same hole that the baby comes from. How does that work?
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah, pee just dumps out of the hole, but I didn't realize they had like a little fucking microscopic
They've
dot
got a little secret hole
pee.
with a little flap on it, and that's the clitoris.
Yeah.
And you pull up the clitoris. It's like it's kind of like a drink bottle.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's like the
Turns into a
Gatorade.
crazy straw.
Yeah, it's like the Gatorade grip bottles. No, it's like those fucking spider. It's like those Spider-Man, like from the fucking early 2000s, like the thing that you squish in your palm and it squirts water. It's like that.
Yeah.
They have a little fucking little pump.
The Oozinator. I think I talked about that in a video that's currently being edited. Remember that? The Nerf. It was like the Nerf gun that like it shoots sticky ooze. Ugh. It was like one of those boys' gross
Nice.
toys.
Silly string?
Except it's literally white cum.
Oh,
It's literally white cum.
yeah. No, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Well,
And all the
I had a
videos,
fucking,
like the ads, all like 10-year-old, like 8-year-old boys being like, ugh, like getting fucking covered in this fake cum shit. It's like, who saw this and was like, this is okay.
Yeah, probably a pedophile at Hasbro. It's like, oh, this will be epic.
Oh, Hasbro division. The Hasbro
Actually,
pedophile
this is
division.
probably one of our most brilliant ideas ever. Actually,
The name's Hal Hasbro, and I'm a pedophile. I have a new idea.
That's why I make
have a
toys for
great
kids.
new idea
So, W, you had something you wanted to say?
to indoctrinate them into to come. Yeah, I don't remember.
We're talking about
I think it was something about
children.
silly string.
Silly string,
yeah, silly string. Yeah, silly string's cool. Did you guys ever
like
play with
silly
silly string?
Hell
growing
yeah.
up?
US Army uses it
Yeah.
to find tripwires.
Do they actually?
Yeah, like the fucking
Is
it's-
that real?
Yeah, because
that's
it's
kind
like
of cool.
it's not. I feel like that was what it. Either that was what it was designed for originally, or that was just one of those
I'm gonna look it up.
use
Let's see.
cases they found. But yeah,
let's
because
get to
it's
the
like
bottom
it
of
makes
silly string origins.
it's
Yeah,
easy
let's
to
look up
carry
silly
on you.
string
You can
origin.
spray. You know, it doesn't set off the tripwires because it's so light, but it's very easy to see. So it's like quite. If you spray it in a
Right.
doorway or whatever, it's like if it suddenly fucking hangs midair, you're like, there's a
Yeah.
mortar. There's a big gun.
So
like
I regret.
Oh.
I regret to inform you, Kudos, that you are incorrect. Actually, no,
you're
you're not incorrect.
Okay.
You are correct, but that
There we
wasn't
go.
like the initial purpose. Originally, wait, let me dig. Let me
Its
go to
origins
Wikipedia.
lie
'Cause
in silly.
I don't trust Google AI overview, so let me actually go to the Wikipedia.
Let's
and
actually, how
see.
about we at Grok and then we can just
Yeah.
wait for that to get back to us.
Grok, what is the origins
Grok,
of
is this
silly
true?
string?
Grok, I am fucking. Can you tell me the origin of silly string?
The origin of silly string is my ass.
What does the origin of silly string have to do with racial segregation in South Africa?
Well, you see, my name is Grok, and back in the 1800s, black people like to play with silly string, and I don't like them.
So silly string was originally invented as a medical thing. It was supposed to be like a spray-on
It
cast.
was not.
I
It was
guess.
serious string, is what it was.
Yeah, yes. It was originally called Sirius string, and then the military adopted it to detect tripwires.
There you go.
Yeah,
And
which they
then
called
they
it warfare string.
rebranded it for silly purposes.
Yeah,
I heard
and then
spe-
some kid found it.
Speaking of outrageous product origins, my friend Patty told me last night. Apparently, aspartame, like the artificial sweetener, came about because it was like it's the shit that you coat windshields in, so that when they smash, they like stay together as like one big. It's like the plastic shield shit that goes on the outside.
Yeah.
So, but they're developing something like that, and I guess one of the dudes was just like, I'm just gonna taste it real quick. I just want to see what
does
this
this
shit
taste
tastes
like?
like. And they were like, whoa, this is sweet. And
That is tasty.
That is delicious.
That's crazy. So like they're just feeding us windshield.
Yeah, someone's going around licking
Fluid
windshields
shit.
just for a
Pretty much.
taste.
Or
That's
are they
crazy,
putting
dude.
artificial sweetener on windshields?
Oh, now that's a conundrum.
Yeah, my windshield
Now
got the
you got my
Splenda
brain a
package
buzzing.
in it.